A very warm good morning, dear students. In the previous class, we are discussing about the post-fertilization changes, and in which one is what the formation of embryo from zygote and other is what formation of endosperm from primary endosperm cell. Now in the last class, we have discussed about what formation of what endosperm. There are three types of endosperm formation. One is what free nuclear, other is what cellular, and other is what halobial. But here we are discussing about what zygote when turns into what embryo. And here zygotes turn into embryo is of two types. One is what dicot and other is what monocot. So here we will discuss what two types of embryogeny. One is dicot embryogeny and other is what monocot embryogeny. Just now we are starting with what dicot embryogeny. Now in dicot embryogeny, first of all let's discuss about a zygote. This zygote has a nucleus and it has two ends. One is what called micropyle end and other is what called chalazal end. So zygote is formed near micropyle end because synergids are there, you must be knowing about that, and opposite end is called what chalazal end. When it undergo division, the very first division is what mitotic division, and it forms two cells. One cell is this, one cell is this. This is near micropyle end and this is near chalazal end. Now this cell is called what basal cell and this cell is called terminal cell. So two cells are formed. One is called basal cell and other is called terminal cell. After this, terminal cells remains there. Basal cell undergo mitotic divisions and forms a suspensor. What this is? Suspensor. And the last cell of this basal cell is called what? Haustorial cell. The purpose of this haustorial cell is to push what? The terminal cell into the endosperm. So this is finally what occurs once two cells are formed. One is basal and other is terminal. Basal cell undergo mitotic divisions. These are what mitotic divisions, and form suspensor along with the swollen cell, that is called haustorial cell. And the purpose of this haustorial cell is to push the suspensor along with terminal cell into the endosperm. Clear? Now once this occurs, now what happens to the terminal cell? Terminal cell undergo mitotic divisions. Terminal cell undergo mitotic divisions. First four cells are formed and these four cells are called what? Pro-embryo quadrant. Later on, these four cells get converted into 8 cells and finally these 8 cells are formed. And let me draw it again. Here this is what? Suspensor. This is what? Haustorium. And here it is what? Proembryo. This proembryo undergo mitotic division in such a way that 8 cells are formed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is called what? Octet of what? Pro-embryo. Now, if I draw the structure of what? Ovary. This is ovary. This is receptacle, यानी कि thalamus. This is what? A anatropous ovule. And here it is what? Zygote. And here it is what? Endosperm. This is what? Endosperm. Now what type of zygote it has? This is what? Micropyle end. This is what? Chalazal end. The structure of it will be like this. Should I draw little big? This is ये यहाँ पे कौन है? Endosperm and zygote. Endosperm is this. What it is? This is what? Proembryo. This is what? Suspensor. Now it pushes what? This proembryo into the what? Endosperm. तो समझ में आया? Purpose of what? Cell? Basal cell. बेसल सेल का मेन फंक्शन क्या है कि ये इस तरह से माइटोटिक डिवीजन करता है और एक इस तरह से सस्पेंसर क्रिएट करता है कि जिसका पावर क्या होता है कि अपने आप पुश करे किसको? एम्ब्रियो को. किस में? एंडोस्पर्म में. सो दैट द एम्ब्रियो गेट नरिशमेंट फ्रॉम द एंडोस्पर्म. वंस दिस अकर्स, this formation occurs. Now this is from this. These cells are very important. Its first cell. Let me take some other color. Its first cell, that is what? Green in color, is what? Form a structure that is called hypophysis. So here what is formed? Here this is what? Can we say it globular embryo? Because its structure is globular. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is what? Hypophysis. This hypophysis undergo mitotic divisions and form an octet. After hypophysis, there is what? Suspensor cells, and after this there is what? Hostorium. Now purpose of, so this, as this looks like a globular structure, so this is called globular embryo. Now these two cells and these two cells forms what? These two cells form root cap, but before that what happens? These cells divide. 8 के बाद these are what? 16 cell structure. This 16 cell structure is also formed, and the purpose of these cells, जो ये वाले cells हैं, the purpose of these cells is to form what? Dermatogen. And rest, these forms what? Root cap. These forms what? Radical. These forms what? ये इनिशियली वाले हाइपोकोटाइल. And ऊपर वाले these forms what? Plumule and एपिकोटाइल. तो ये जो आपका ग्लोबुलर एम्ब्रियो है, इसमें कुछ लोग रूट कैप बनाएंगे, कुछ सेल्स रूट कैप बनाएंगे, किसके? हाइपोफाइसिस के. कुछ रेडिकल बनाएंगे, फिर ग्लोबुलर एम्ब्रियो के कुछ हाइपोकोटाइल बनाएंगे, और ग्लोबुलर एम्ब्रियो का ऊपर वाला पार्ट है वो क्या बनाएगा? प्लूम्यूल एंड एपिकोटाइल. Now let's see how this formation takes place. This formation takes place this is globular embryo. This is hypophysis. This is what? Suspensor. And this is what? Hostorium. And this is what? Again 18 celled structure. It is like this. Now this part forms a structure, and this part also forms a structure, and these are called what? Cotyledons. What these are called? Cotyledons. Now when this type of structure takes place, then cotyledons takes place. Before that there is a structure that is heart shaped structure. Heart shaped structure में the rest thing, what is? Suspensor and hostorium gone. What is there? What is there? This is what? Root cap and radical. ऊपर वाला structure is somewhat this shaped, where this form plumule and the cells are filled with it, and this is what? Heart shaped embryo. This heart shaped embryo finally produces what? These cotyledons. So how many things are there? One is these cotyledon, other is what? Root cap, other is what? Radical, other is what? Plumule, other is what? These are what? Cotyledons. हम यहाँ पर भी draw कर सकते हैं cotyledons. These are what? Cotyledons. Finally this is the structure, which is what? So first I am repeating again the whole process. Listen to me carefully. There is a single celled structure that is called zygote. At the time of dicot embryo formation, it undergo a mitotic division and it forms two cells. One is called terminal cell and other is called basal cell. The purpose of basal cell that it undergo further mitotic division and forms what? Suspensor and hostoria. The purpose of hostoria is to push the suspensor into the endosperm for nourishment. Now, once this happens, once this function of basal cell is over, now the function of terminal cells come. It undergo mitotic divisions. First it forms 2 cells, then it forms 4 cells, then it forms 8 cells. 4 cells is called as what? Quadrant proembryo, and 8 cell is called what? Octet proembryo. This 8 cell formation once occurs. After that it undergo what? 16 cell structure. 16 cell structures will be formed, and meanwhile a structure arises that is called hypophysis. Now hypophysis undergo mitotic division to form 8 cell structure, and the purpose of this hypophysis is to form what? Root cap and radicle, that we are seeing here. This is the purpose. Finally what get deleted? Haustoria get deleted, suspensor get deleted, and finally this hypophysis forms radicle and root cap, and the 16 cells that are formed there forms undergo further mitotic division and form what? Heart-shaped structure, in which some cells produces plumule, some cells produces cotyledons, and some cells produces what? Hypocotyle. Here we have seen that hypophysis produces radicle and root cap. Lower part of this proembryo produces hypocotyle, and upper part of the embryo produces plumule, epicotyle and cotyledons. So there in all we have 3 types of embryo. One embryo is what? Globular. Other embryo is what? Heart shaped. And third embryo is in which what arises? This is called horseshoe shape. जैसा जो वो पहनाते हैं घोड़े को, जब उसके पैर को अगर कभी आप ध्यान से देखो तो इस तरह से जो 2 हैं कॉटिलिडन्स टाइप के स्ट्रक्चर उसमें होते हैं. तो दिस इज कॉल्ड व्हाट? horseshoe shape. अब these cotyledons, to show these cotyledons in a 2D is a difficult task. Let's show it, and I think we have seen it also. But if you have any problem in this, actually in NCERT it is not given very well, but if you have any problem regarding this, I have given you notes regarding it, so go through those notes. If you have any problem regarding it, then you can ask me in personal. Now let's do the dissection of a seed in which there is an axis inside it, and this type of structure we will see. This is what? A dicot seed, and this dicot seed has these 2 what? Embryo. Sorry, these 2 are cotyledons. As it is dicot, so it has 2 cotyledons. Now suppose this is micropyland and this is chalazaland. So near micropyland, here it is what? Radicle. Here it is what? Plumule. And there is a part in between the cotyledon, that is called what? Cotyledonary node. It is that node which connects both the cotyledons. Cotyledonary node वो पार्ट है सीड का जो दोनों cotyledons को कनेक्ट करती है. Cotyledonary node से प्लूम्यूल के बीच के पार्ट को हम कहते हैं एपिकोटाइल, और कोटिलिडनरी नोड से रेडिकल के बीच के पार्ट को हम क्या कहते हैं? हाइपोकोटाइल. नाउ व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड हाइपोकोटाइल एंड एपिकोटाइल? हाइपो मीन्स नीचे, कोटिलिडन्स के नीचे वाले पार्ट को हाइपोकोटाइल, एपी मीन्स ऊपर, कोटिलिडन्स के ऊपर वाले पार्ट को एपिकोटाइल. तो इन अदर वर्ड्स वी कैन से these two are the what? Cotyledons, but one is plumule, other is radical, third is hypocotyle, and fourth is epicotyle, and fifth is cotyledonary node. This all is what? Embryo. That is dicot embryo. Cotyledons we are not counting. Cotyledons I agree, it's there. पर cotyledons के बीच में जो पार्ट मिलता है कौन कौन सा? Listen to me once again. One is plumule, one is epicotyle, other is cotyledonary node, other is hypocotyle, and other is radical. इस पूरे पार्ट को हम क्या कहते हैं? एम्ब्रियो. एम्ब्रियो. अगर आप सीड नहीं ग्रो करना चाहते, आप सिर्फ किसको ग्रो करना चाहते हैं? इस सीड में से एम्ब्रियो को निकाल के ग्रो करना चाहते हैं, देन योर प्लांट विल ग्रो. एम्ब्रियो इज दैट पार्ट. एंड this long thread like structure is called cotyledonary axis. Cotyledonary axis. I think you are confused somewhat, but I want to remove your confusion. Let me draw one more diagram. Is it clear? That is heart shape. I want to draw heart shape embryo. In heart shaped embryo, this is what? Suspensor. This is what? Haustorium. And on its above, there are few cells which are what? Hypophyses, and rest of the cells that you have seen in globular embryo is organized in this way. Clear? Clear? So should I label it? This is what? Suspensor. This is what? Hypophyses. This is what? Globular embryo, which now is what? Heart shaped. It is what? Heart shaped embryo having, ये वाला स्ट्रक्चर क्या बनाएगा? रेडिकल और रूट कैप. ये वाला स्ट्रक्चर क्या बनाएगा? हाइपोकोटाइल. ये वाला स्ट्रक्चर क्या बनाएगा? प्लूम्यूल and epicotyle. And from where cotyledons come, and they arises from one and other is two. These are the two cotyledons. Is it clear? So what these are? These are two cotyledons that arises from what? Heart-shaped embryo. So beta, this is all for today. So in the next class we will continue what? Monopod embryogeny. So have a good day.